changed that culture in this country. That affirmative action, Senator, is not going to change culture in this country.
No, affirmative action is changing the culture. You see, already, when you are nominating, let's say, a member of county assembly who's a woman, for instance, in a county like mine, in Kisii County, where women had no chance before the affirmative action, no chance to be elected. When you now put a woman there and say now she's sitting, you know, you normalize the idea that in the county assembly, women also belong.
Since 2010 to
now,
now,
the culture is changing. Now, what you need to do, you need to empower, give them the equal tools that the men are having.
Yes.
Because, you know, the moment you elevate and give someone an opportunity, but you show a clear disparity between their peers, even the electorate understands nominated are useless. So in their minds, they know the only space for women is through nominated. Then not only that, you know, when you have these 5 years, you're supposed to push your agenda, legislative action, get a voice politically on the political forums. That is also based on your self-initiative, because sometimes, to be honest, there are women who are nominated, they can even be given everything, even if today they were given voting rights. They will still not exercise them in the independence to show that even as women, that they can make decisions. There are some things that are reliant on the person that you nominate. But there are other things that have been set within the system that even if you nominate Gloria Ruba, who speaks, who goes to TV, who goes to rallies, somehow the system will beat her down to the extent that come 2027, the next general election, the electorate doesn't really take you serious because of how the things have been designed. For instance, I already sponsored, within 1 year, I've done so much. Within 1 year, in Senate, I have already tabled a bill, Konza bill, that went all the way to second reading. And it failed with 2 votes. Those 2 votes, one was my vote, which I could not vote. So I propose a bill that I cannot vote for or against. Then all the women who would like to support my legislative agenda cannot vote. All the nominated. So even by virtue of saying how many bills have you successfully pushed in the House, we have to work 3 times as hard, because even within our peers who are nominated, we cannot rally them because they don't have votes. So I still have to go back to the elected leaders and rally them to say, please support me now. What people don't see is that elected leaders always feel threatened from the nominated leaders. So sometimes they will just drop your bill, not because they don't like the bill, but because they don't want to see that there's something good coming out of a nominated member of parliament. So the dynamics are so vast. But the one thing I would like to say, we can at least recognize 3 things. Don't send women to a place where they are going to be observers. If here intentionally we want to say equal rights, we are all here in studio. It cannot be that you bring a man here and you tell the man you can't talk, only the woman can talk. Then you say that is affirmative action. You understand? If studio is for talking and you want to do affirmative action by bringing the other gender here, they must get equal rights. So if we're in parliament and we are all in parliament, why is it that I can't vote and my male colleagues can vote? Those are some of I'm just highlighting a very basic example. So I think even those people who are sitting down to say 2/3 gender rule, let's be intentional. They are also not being fair to the women, because you can't just draft things in theory and then go and say, we are pushing it to the House. I already even said to the team, there's a working group under the Ministry of Gender. I spoke to one of them and I told them, that working group, whatever theory papers you come up with, please understand that when whatever lands in the Senate, you don't have 18 votes for women, because they can't vote. So whatever you're working on, you still have to go convince the men, which is why you need to bring the men to the conversation, because right now they are the ones who hold the power to make this affirmative action work.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let me, on this particular issue for